20 memorable best quotes from David Icke. David Vaughan Icke, born the 29th of April 1952, is an English conspiracy theorist and a former footballer and sports broadcaster. He has written over 20 books, self-published since the mid-1990s, and spoken in more than 25 countries. In 1990, Icke visited a psychic who told him he was on Earth for a purpose and would receive messages from the spirit world. This led him to claim in 1991 to be Aaron Quat, son of the Godhead, and that the world would soon be devastated by tidal waves and earthquakes. He repeated this on the BBC show Wogan. David Icke is a prominent figure known for his unconventional views on the world, consciousness, and hidden power structures. He often speaks about the illusion of reality and how perceptions are manipulated to control the masses. One of his central ideas is that humanity is trapped in a mental and emotional prison, largely constructed by societal norms, media, and misinformation. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see the real you, or what you have been conditioned to believe is you? The two are so different. One is an infinite consciousness capable of being and creating whatever it chooses. The other is an illusion imprisoned by its own perceived and programmed limitations. David Icke. The human race is a herd. Here we are, unique, eternal aspects of consciousness with an infinity of potential, and we have allowed ourselves to become an unthinking, unquestioning blob of conformity and uniformity. A herd. Once we concede to the herd mentality, we can be controlled and directed by a tiny few. And we are. David Icke. Humanity is actually under the control of dinosaur-like alien reptiles called the Babylon Brotherhood, who must consume human blood to maintain their human appearance. David Icke. Life constantly presents the greatest opportunity brilliantly disguised as the biggest disaster. David Icke. I believe that the human race has developed a form of collective schizophrenia in which we are not only the slaves to this imposed thought behavior, but we are also the police force of it. David Icke. Many Jews are not Zionists and many non-Jews are. Zionism is a political movement, not a race. To say Zionism is the Jewish people is like saying the Democratic Party is the American people. Jewish people who oppose Zionism, however, have been given a very hard time. David Icke. Today's mighty oak is just yesterday's nut that held its ground. And quat. The biggest control mechanism is the suppression of information, the control of what we perceive as possible, and quat. Infinite love is the only truth. Everything else is illusion. And quat. When you silence someone, you are not proving them wrong. You are just trying to shut them up because you know what they say is true. And quat. Humanity is at a crossroads. We can either become a global Orwellian state or break free from the control system and awaken to our true power. And quat. We are all that is, has been, and ever will be. We are infinite awareness having an experience. And quat. What you focus on, you give energy to. What you give energy to, you manifest. And quat. We are experiencing a collective awakening, a transformation in human consciousness. And quat. The illusion of freedom will continue as long as it's profitable to continue the illusion. And quat. It is not the rebels who cause the troubles of the world. It's the troublemakers who become the rebels when they can no longer bear the troubles of the world. And quat. The world is controlled by a handful of people because they control the information. And quat. The perception of reality is being manipulated to make people slaves to a system they don't even realize exists. And quote. Life constantly gives us clues and signs about what we should be doing. We just need to pay attention. And quote. Belief is the enemy of knowing. And quote. When you look in the mirror, what you see is not who you are. It's what you are experiencing.